This meeting will come to order. Thank you, Ranking Member Raskin, for co-chairing this Spotlight Forum with me. Our country is currently facing several catastrophic challenges that the Trump administration is ignoring or exacerbating in favor of fomenting a domestic political crisis through the lawless and cruel directives. And unfortunately, congressional Republicans have chosen to ignore this. The last 2 weeks alone have graphically illustrated this. President Trump ordered an unprecedented deployment of U.S. military in Los Angeles, and federal agents shoved and handcuffed our colleague, Senator Padilla, while he was trying to get answers to these abuses. Days later, a horrific political assassination occurred in Minnesota. Both the House and Senate Judiciary Committees should hear without delay from Attorney General Bondi and FBI Director Patel about what they're doing to address the unacceptable level of political violence in this country. And we need to hear from the Homeland Security Secretary, Noem, about the treatment of Senator Padilla. We all saw it. This administration's mass deportation campaign has a lot of questions as well. But instead of focusing on the problem at hand, our Republican counterparts are insulating the administration from scrutiny. This lack of oversight and accountability would not stand when I was chair of the committee on this side. I constantly fought for agency oversight and accountability from a Democratic administration. To take just a few examples of issues that we could and should be addressing at the moment. The Trump administration has removed dozens of senior officials with decades of national security experience and placed a 22-year-old recent college graduate with no threat prevention experience in charge of our primary terrorism prevention center. In our dangerous world, this dereliction is especially troubling. The Justice and Homeland Security Department have diverted thousands of law enforcement agents away from combating drug trafficking, terrorism, violent crimes against children, cyber crimes, and gun violence to participate in a mass deportation campaign. And now the Trump administration is fighting to deny birthright citizenship to children born in the United States to non-citizens, despite the clear language of the 14th Amendment. I would ask Donald Trump why he thinks he can pursue what is a clear violation of our Constitution. But as we learned in a recent TV interview, the President of the United States, quote, does not know, unquote, if he needs to uphold the Constitution. I kind of think he does. In addition to the administration openly violating and denouncing the rule of law, President Trump and his allies have also persisted in lodging unprecedented and unacceptable attacks on the federal judiciary. In one particular egregious example, on Memorial Day, the president referred to members on the bench as, quote, USA-hating judges and, quote, monsters who want our country to go to hell, the president's exact words. This kind of inflammatory language is part of the president's effort to delegitimize the courts because the orders that they've issued that he does not agree with, or to intimidate the federal judiciary more broadly. It should be condemned by all political leaders, regardless of party. The lawlessness of this administration is having damaging effects on the rights, liberties, and pocketbooks of everybody. And in this disturbing environment, many Americans have no greater ally than their state's attorneys general, who are engaged in multi-pronged efforts to protect the Constitution, the public interest, and hold the federal government to account. They are protecting the 14th Amendment's guarantee of birthright citizenship, challenging unlawful detention procedures, and fighting the administration's refusal to disperse funds appropriated by Congress. I'm sure they didn't anticipate what we faced. More executive orders issued by this president than any president in modern memory. Flooding the zone is what they call it. We have to respond. They are also stepping up to protect LGBTQ plus rights, voting rights, public education, fighting to push back against the terrorizing of our immigrant neighbors and Trump's transparent efforts to orchestrate a military takeover of the cities. I appreciate the work that the state's attorneys generals have done to defend our constituents. I want to continue that partnership today. Thanks for coming to speak on the issue.